Happy Labor Day, Channel Surfers. This is Lauren.
And this is Mama C, sporting her Gamecock shirt in honor of Will and Carolina's first victory yesterday.
First game of the season. And when you first said Will, I thought you meant my friend Will, my old roommate, me and Liz's old roommate Will, who is also a big Gamecock fan, and he was at the game yesterday. But no, we're talking about Will in the house, one of our favorite players. Speaking of favorite players, HOH competition today. So fingers, toes, bra straps crossed. Let's hope that we have an exciting week and our favorites stay. This is Big Brother, season 27, episode 25. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
So we start the episode with, of course, the pouting, the crying, the preschool antics of these grown-ass people. So sad that they had to play the game. Vinny, so worried that he might have upset Lauren. One person in the house. And yes, this one person was one of your final two. But so was Kelly, who you put on the block. You're not worried about that.
Yeah, unfortunately for Vince, he is in every alliance in the house. So he's really screwed.
They just haven't realized it yet, though. It's like they are trying so much not to look like a threat. Lauren doesn't want to vote with the house. She tells Vince she was afraid to vote for Kat because Lauren didn't want to be targeted. I'm sorry, it makes you look weak, Lauren. It makes you look like you wouldn't even have a backbone to vote for your friend. I think it's great that you voted for your friend, and the only body talking about it and worried about it is you. Nobody's thinking twice that you voted for your friend, except you. You're paranoid. Get off that shrooms. Just eat the stuff out of the fridge, not out of the backyard.
Oh, and I did pull up some.
Wait, are you eating the shrooms out of the backyard, Mossy?
Well, I pulled out a big bag of them this morning, so, no.
Oh, Lord, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, but Vinny is another one who is just paranoid that he's going to hurt somebody and crying. And, I've never seen such
I don't
emotion.
think my 4-year-old cries this much.
I know he doesn't.
He's going to hurt some feelings. You're going to step on some toes in this game. Unless you're Ava, which riddle me that. I've never seen a game like Ava. But Vinny is asking Keanu for help. Like, how do I keep Lauren from being mad at me? Keanu don't care, Vinny. I don't think he's really going to give you a good tip. His social game is being played by Rachel.
About the only one with there's about 2 of them, maybe 3 with a good social game. Definitely Will and Ava. Would think Ashley, but I don't know. She might have run yeah, that's true. But since then, I don't know.
Now, there's an unexpected conversation, at least from where I'm sitting. In one of the bedrooms, we see Rachel, Will, and Ashley. Okay, that makes sense. But then Mickey is there. And the 4 of them are talking about how they need to make sure that they win HOH so that Kelly goes home. Maybe Rachel is thinking we find a mutual enemy with Mickey that's not our side and not her side. And then we have one person to go after so that we don't become the target. If one of them
I thought all of them were kind of gunning for Mickey last week until she pulled herself off the block. So,
well, maybe it's Mickey thinking that she can find a mutual enemy. She used to be allied with them until she sent Jimmy home. It's very confusing. Like I said, the alliances in this house, they just go week to week. You don't know what you're going to get. It's crazy in there.
They're very weak. W-E-A-K.
The week to week alliances.
Yes.
Lauren's not trusting Vinny anymore. So this sweet talk isn't working on her. So she says, I just haven't seen a game where Lauren is going to put her foot down and stand up to anybody.
I almost think she would have to have somebody that can encourage her and stand with her. And I don't see who that is because I don't see it being Vinny.
So she has to have someone play the game for her. She's a lot of talk. I don't think we're going to see anything different, though.
Look, even Rachel, you think Rachel can stand on her own, but she can't. She knows it. She's got to get alliances. She's got to be true to her alliance. So you need somebody. Lauren can't be by herself.
Keanu might be the only player that I've seen who could stand on his own in this game at this point.
But, I didn't watch this season, but you have said this. Taylor was by herself, wasn't she?
She was.
And then she won the game. So
she
did. I don't know. What do I know?
That was a great game. Keanu is also done with Vinny's BS. He's realizing that these quote unquote allies he has aren't really playing a game to advance all of them. They're just playing their own game. So he says, I've got to get the power this week. Now, the only person that he really trusts in this house is Kelly. He and Kelly have been block buddies for a lot of this game. And they really do seem to trust each other and have each other's backs, lately at least.
Keanu is realizing that being an ally is a two-way street. He has to trust Vinny to keep him off the block. But all Vinny is doing, and Rachel, who are, thinking that Keanu is their ally, is trying to keep themselves off the block. But Keanu has to have that faith in all of his allies that they are going to do the same for him. And he hasn't been seeing it.
Even though he's probably the player that could play this game on his own, he could win out. With the BB Blockbuster every week, if he's not winning HOH or veto, he's got 3 shots at competitions to win. He just has to win one of them, and he could make it to the end. But he's still realizing the necessity, or at least the advantage, of having an alliance. Now, whether or not he will stay true to Kelly, I feel like he will. I feel like Keanu will stay true to Kelly. He realizes they are mutual targets, which makes them each less of a threat to each other, because if Kelly wants Keanu gone, somebody else is going to be gunning for him. If Keanu wants Kelly gone, someone else is going to be gunning for her. But the two of them are really good at evading the block and evading eviction.
Well, listening to their conversation, it reminded me of Gomer Pyle. And for those of you who are so young that probably don't know who Gomer Pyle was, he was a Marine. He was a Marine, and he was just a country boy. It was a comedy. But he had the saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I tell you what, Keanu and Kelly have been shamed by or fooled by Vince plenty of time.
I was going to say, Vinny's making fools out of this whole house.
That's right. And they need to, I think they're finally realizing it, and they're doing something about it.
The ones who haven't, the ones who have been asleep to it. I think Rachel has had her finger on the pulse. Will, Ashley, there are people that have not trusted Vinny. Even in this judge's alliance, it's not like Rachel's putting all her faith in Vinny. She's just seeing that number as a benefit to her game. As much as I've been busting his chops, Keanu, he can play a pretty smart game. He realizes that he and Rachel are both huge targets. He realizes that he and Kelly are both huge targets. And he's also trying to line with Rachel, just like he was with Kelly. He goes to Rachel and says, look, if I'm out of here, then they're going after you. If you're out of here, they're going after me. We do better to keep each other in the game. And I know I targeted you last week. I just felt like you weren't playing the best game for me after I just don't know what she did. I know that he heard rumors that people would vote for her, for Rachel, instead of him if they were final two. I don't know how he can pin his flip-flopping on anything Rachel did.
At this conversation, they're playing a very similar game. They're both being very honest with each other. I didn't hear anything that was a lie or, just some shade or something. I mean, it was all very truthful, both of them. And I had never seen that in Big Brother. I usually see the Vinny stuff, trying to cry and, tell some small fib or complete lie.
Rachel says, I'm taking Keanu's side because my back's against the wall. I'm not necessarily playing Team Keanu. I don't know if I can trust him. But to his face, she's like, well, she does. She says, you have to earn my trust. But she's not promising to keep him safe this week.
No, she's not. But she did say, it's hard. In other words, it's hard for her to trust him, instead of saying, oh, no, you're good, we're good, whatever. No, she came right out and told him that it's going to be hard. And he was saying, I know it's going to be hard, and I'm going to do the best I can to earn your trust.
I know. The faces are removed from the eviction wall, and we get a series of videos showing different competitions that they've had in Big Brother, different moments. Ava tripping, spitting out poison wine, and everyone's trying to memorize it. Keanu says if he wins HOH, he is trying to keep Lauren and Ava safe, and then Rachel to prove his loyalty. I'm sorry, Lauren and Kelly. When did Keanu and Lauren become buddy-buddy, though? That surprised me.
I think maybe because of Catherine's eviction. He wanted Rachel up and gone. And Lauren probably realized that. I don't know.
Well, maybe he's seeing that she's alone right now that Riley and Catherine have left. But
he'll need numbers. But he'll need numbers.
As we're going into the competition, Rachel says she would feel safe with any of the judges winning. I don't know if I would feel safe with Vinny, honestly, Rach. But he's not playing in this week's comp because he's outgoing HOH. And then we see Kelly saying she's got it all picked out. She knows who her nominees would be, her replacement nominee. Rachel. She is gung-ho for Rachel, which Vinny has put you on the block way more than Rachel has. Just saying. I don't know why Rachel is such a big threat to Kelly. When we get down to the final two of the questions that Julie's asking, it's the true or false game. There's about 5 people left. Keanu and Kelly are the only ones to get that right. So then we're in the final two with Kelly and Keanu, and the judges are sitting there going, oh crap, 2 people we didn't want to win. Keanu knows if he wants to keep Rachel safe, he's got to win. Kelly knows if she wants Rachel gone, she's got to win. So even though Keanu and Kelly are feeling safe with each other, they know that some of their strategies aren't lining up. They're not 100% aligned, but they still have each other's back. Keanu wins. Do you think that Kelly kind of felt safe either way? She didn't worry as much about losing at that point?
Well, I thought it was kind of strange that she says the platforms or whatever were yellow, but they could have been blue. And so she went with it wasn't even her gut. Her gut said yellow. And then she went with blue. So then I'm like, well, maybe she was throwing the competition for some reason.
So I was thinking maybe she felt safe either way. So she went with the other one just in case she was wrong. Like maybe she didn't have a clear memory of it. But since she knew that Keanu wasn't going to target her, since she had a hesitation, she just went on the hesitation. I don't know that she would have done that had she been up against Rachel. She might have stuck with her gut, her initial instinct. Keanu hasn't taken a shot at Kelly, and he's not going to. At this point, that's his best friend in the house. And even though Vinny might be one person for Keanu's game, it's not worth putting other people that he's aligned with at risk to keep Vinny. I think he said 3 other people. Also, he feels like Morgan is pulling the strings and puppet mastering Vinny, which I don't see that. We don't watch the lives. I don't know that I've seen Morgan puppet mastering anyone.
He thinks Morgan was catalyst to putting Catherine up. And Keanu wanted Rachel up last week. So he wants to get rid of Morgan because of that.
Because he doesn't know about the Judges Alliance. There's just too many to keep up with Keanu. It's okay. It's fine. Keanu's ready to get Ashley out of the house because she's annoying. But he's not going to, because that would be a vote against Rachel. And he's telling Rachel, I'm trying to earn your trust back. I'm not putting you up either. And she says, well, I could have put you up during my HOH. And Vinny goes, yeah, but you didn't try to get me out. And as he says that, Vinny and Mickey walk in. And the way that Vinny asks where his water bottle is, it's almost like he's fishing for something else. Like, what's going on in here? Y'all waiting in line to poop? Or are we just having a little bathroom cuddle? You're not brushing your teeth or anything. We've got the HOH in the bathroom with Rachel. I don't know that Rachel completely trusts Keanu. I think what he's saying to her could go a long way. She doesn't understand this new game, just like we don't understand this new game. But she's adapting. She knows to ride that wave. If somebody's promising you safety, go with what they're saying.
She had said that out of the 5 people who were in the Judges Alliance, Vinny and Morgan were together. Will and Ashley have each other, are close. Who does she have? So she's thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to have to play nice with Keanu because he might have my back.
I think Will, Ashley, and Rachel are all pretty loyally aligned to each other. So that doesn't make much sense to me.
Yes, but if it was between the 3 of them, who would Ashley pick? She'd pick, well, I don't know. She is close to Rachel, but she might pick Will. And if it was the 3 of them and it was Will picking, he would pick Ashley.
And if it was the 3 of them and when it was Rachel picking, she would pick Ashley. Whereas Rachel has won this game before. It could be part of a closing argument for why you should win the $750 for anyone's game. It's the obvious reason, but then again, you make it all the way to the final 2. Does that say something? And I remember having that same question when Will Kirby was in the All-Stars house, and it was him, Mike, and Erica and Janelle. But we are getting so close to the final 2. That was one of the things I was wondering how that would play into a closing argument for somebody who's won before to keep the target off their back so much that they make it all the way to the final 2 again. Everybody loves Will. Everybody trusts Will. Mickey goes to Will with her little bathroom alliance she saw when she walked in on Rachel and Keanu talking about nothing. Yeah, right. Okay. He was targeting me last week. He just won HOH. And, oh, gee, I don't know what we were talking. Maybe your water bottle's in here. We weren't really looking around because we were talking game. So she goes and lets Will in on this. And Will thinks the obvious choice for Keanu would be Ashley and Rachel. But he wouldn't be surprised if it was Mickey and Will, if he got put on the block. I would be surprised if Will got put on the block. Or Ava.
That to me was just Will, and that is why everybody loves Will, because he probably just wanted to say, I wouldn't be surprised if he put you on the block, but then he's adding himself to it to make her feel better.
That's a good point. He's got a great social game. Rachel tells Ashley that Keanu has promised to keep Ashley off the block along with Rachel, and Ashley's not buying this. It doesn't make any sense to her. The math ain't mathin'. The logic is not adding up. He tried to get you out last week, Rachel. Why would he be promising you and your best friend safety? And Rachel's like, I don't know. Maybe he's lying. I don't know. She tells Ashley not to tell anyone. Why do I just have a really bad feeling that Ashley's going to tell someone and this is going to leak?
I don't know, but I just kept thinking of Amy and Rachel and how close they were. And that's why Amy became a target. Now it's Ashley and Rachel.
Just like the Black Widow, whoever she's around, they're gone.
Because if they can't get Rachel out, they want to break up who's close to Rachel.
She's really insulated herself within this house. There's a lot of people close to Rachel, but it's not like Vinny where she's lying for them to be close to her, although the Keanu arguably is, because it seems kind of fake whatever she's creating with Keanu at this point. It seems kind of fake what she's created with the judges. I don't think she has Morgan and Vince's back. So is Rachel really playing the same game as Vinny?
Well, remember, Vinny was pulled in by, I don't know who it is. It might have been Morgan, but there were 4 of them up there, and somebody says, we need another person, and they dragged Vinny in. And
it's a different game. It's a different game because Vinny is making weak moves and Rachel's not afraid to make a power play and she's making her own decisions. That's the difference in the game. The social game, it's similar, but she's not afraid to cut the fat, like trimming it off a pork chop. This big brother pork chop. Morgan tells Vinny, we need to go talk to Keanu to make sure he plays our game right, puts up the people that need to go up. So Vinny goes up there to talk to Keanu, and Keanu says, I've made up my mind. And he's not promising Vinny safety. He's telling him, you're going on the block because I want Morgan out, and you would use a veto on her. And then Vinny starts whining and crying and begging. I'm so sorry. I've messed up continuously. And Keanu's like, look, I'm not going to trust you. You burned me 3 times. He goes, please save me. He goes, save yourself. He goes, I don't know if I can win. And Keanu goes, why would I want to be aligned with someone who can't win, Vinny? He says, you're teaching me so much, Keanu. And Keanu says, Vinny, you're eating it and blowing it out your ass. He is not falling for this toddler behavior. This behavior of Vinny's does remind me of Jake. When my 4-year-old gets in trouble or does something he knows he shouldn't have done, he will tell me he's not going to watch his Nintendo. He's going to go to his room. And I just say, okay. And then he goes, I can't watch my Nintendo. Like, it's not working, Vinny. It's not working. And I love how Keanu just called you out on that.
Well, I've been waiting for Keanu to win HOH. And now that he has not disappointed. He is fabulous. So far,
he's unwavering, and he's playing the game for himself, which is why he's a great player.
Yeah,
Keanu deserves to win this game from what we've seen this season. Keanu deserves it. Will and Ava, I think, are strong contenders. Rachel is a strong contender. Other ones, it would just be battle of the worst if they got to the final 2. Mickey, Mickey got rid of a big player, though. She didn't listen to anybody else, and she's kept herself in this game, even with a huge target on her back. So arguably Mickey would have a path to the win. I don't see a path for Vinny to win this game. Keanu knows what he's doing to get Rachel back in his good graces. He has played this week well. He has laid out everything perfectly, and the frenemies are back. Keanu has regained Rachel's trust. He cleaned the shower. What the heck does the shower look like? What has Rachel been having to clean? He's like, I'd like to think that me not putting you on the block is bigger than that. I don't know. Is it like slimy? Like what's happening in the shower?
I don't know if you remember, but there was an episode where Rachel was cleaning the shower and Keanu was coming in, and Rachel was just like, would you leave me alone? And she was just aggravated beyond belief with him. So I think that's probably what they're alluding to.
There's just some really nasty showers in that house. Maybe that's why Ashley spent 2 hours in Vinny's shower. Just kidding. Wasn't 2 hours. Julie said it was 30 minutes. Anyway, editing. Vinny starts crying with Morgan, or to Morgan, at Morgan. He's just crying in her general area because he can't win. He's a have-not. He's not going to have the energy to win. And she just is like putty in his hands. It's okay. I'm going to go talk to Keanu since it didn't work out well for you, and we'll make sure nothing bad happens. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, while Keanu's eating a delicious looking burrito, I'm kind of hungry right now. Now I want a burrito. Morgan comes up to him and is like, where's your head at? This is their idea of game. Going up to the HOH and asking where their head is at. There's no strategy there. There's no gameplay. There's no, hey, I'm keeping you safe. She's a gamer. How does she not know game? That's not game. Walking up and saying, where's your head at is not game. In what world is that game? And Keanu's not buying it. And he's just like, whatever. You told Rachel that I said her name. Well, everybody knew is what Morgan says. No, Morgan, only you and Vinny knew. Keanu retorts that back. And now she's getting crammed into a corner. It's a reason not to trust Vinny and Morgan. And she's basically proving why they're going on the block. And Keanu just gets tired of this blah, blah, blah. This whatever that's coming out of her ass right now. Whatever word salad she has. And he says, I'll sleep on it. And then in diarrhea room, he's like, I don't know what she's trying to do. She's going on the block. That's it. So, yeah, Morgan and Vinny do not have game. They both use the exact same strategy. Rachel has game because she talked game with Vinny. They talked about keeping each other safe. They talked about how they are both big targets. And if one of them goes, the other one has a bright red dot on them. That's talking game. Thinking down the road, not how are you feeling? He's hungry. That's where his head's right now. The burrito that he's eating, and then bed. That is where Keanu's head is right now, Morgan.
Well,
but you don't want that answer. But you don't want to bring anything up.
No, Vinny's strategy is but I don't want to leave. Please don't let me go home. I'm a have-not. I'm not going to have the strength. I mean, just whining and complaining, that's the strategy. Why does anybody want to keep you? Why is it that we need to worry about your game?
He's won 2 HOHs, which is more than anybody else in this house. But all of a sudden, when you go to put him up, he loses all willpower. You're weak. You're weak. Keanu has his target set on Morgan and Vince. He's just got to pick a third. He talks to Ava. He talks to Mickey. He tells them both, you're not the main target, but it's just limited options. Now with Ava, he says, if I don't put you up, I want you to know that I'm wanting to work with you. You're not my target, but I am wanting to work with you. Ava's trustworthy. Even though she yelled at him and was mean to him, he knows that if she were aligned with him, she would be loyal. I don't think he has that same trust with Mickey, which who could after she had Jimmy evicted. But his goal is Vince and Morgan. And he feels like Mickey and Ava didn't give him a lot of pushback. So he has options. It's just which one is going to be better for making sure Morgan or Vinny go home. Mama C, which one do you think is better, Ava or Mickey?
I liked what he said about Ava, that she's so nice that whoever is sitting up against her would go home. That's probably who I would pick. But then again, the whole house was going after Mickey for a couple of weeks, so you could get out another target.
Which one do you think has the better chance at beating them in the veto? Because one of them for sure comes off if your third nominee doesn't win veto, which what you're saying, Ava, well, if she won veto, then the other two are still there. If she didn't win veto, then one of them might be up against her, but then you're going to go to Blockbuster and they both might be pulling themselves off the block.
Well, Mickey is strong. She's pulled herself off the block.
I would probably put Mickey up and put Ava up
as a renom
if the veto is used, because then you know she's up there to send one of them home because nobody's going to vote for her on eviction night. Or maybe there's a player that he's not considering that would be a better choice. I don't know. I can't think of a better choice. I think he's got this game nailed down pretty good. Vinny's going to shoot a shot with Keanu again. Man, I'm so sorry about all this emotional stuff. I'm sorry I've been crying. And he ends up leaving the room crying again because Keanu's not buying the shit you're selling. He's sitting there saying, Keanu, I'm your ally. Keanu says, no, you've sent 3 of my allies home, Kat, Riley, and Adrian. Why would I trust you with my game? Vinny says, I'm scared I might go home. Keanu says, well, at least my allies won't go home anymore. And I'm giving you 2 chances. Play the dang game, Vinny. Go play the game. Go win and get yourself off the block, dude. And it's not sending a weenie player home. It's not a weenie mood to get them out because they are just picking off big players and they're only thinking about their own game. It's not like if you're targeting Kelly or Ava or Will or Kat, although getting rid of Kat was probably good for Rachel's game. Keanu puts up Morgan, Vince, and Mickey. And that's it for our Big Brother season 27, so 25 HOH nomination recap. I'm so excited about this week. We have Keanu, Channel Surfers. I'm going to get this edited, put it up on the YouTubes, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Thank you for listening. Tomorrow, we'll be back with 90 Day Hunt for Love, and Dee and I announce the winners of the remote reality thank you Channel Surfer contest, the 2 $50 drawings, because you guys have given us a chance. So we wanted to give you a chance and sweeten the end of your summer. Right, Channel Surfers? We'll see you tomorrow. That's right.